Your pussy stinks.
If you don't like it, don't watch it. To start with, my remarks here are directed almost exclusively at those who claim to be MHRAs. Please allow me to explain to you why I could care less, why I actually could not care less what you think, and why most of you are unfortunately a particularly useless, burdensome, and energy draining kind of make-believe activist. Extreme Edgehog. God, I don't make these names up, but they're okay. I just use my name, but some people, I guess, need to be edgy, no pun intended. Mr. Edgehog says, as someone who truly believes in making the world a better place for men and boys, I want to make it clear this unnecessary tomfoolery is not acceptable behavior for adult men. Fuck you. We'll get back to you in a minute, but I'm going to finish reading it. You don't decide what's acceptable for anybody but yourself, you dumb son of a bitch. I don't believe in throwing people under the bus, which you just did. And I won't say anything negative about Paul Elam as an individual. Are you confused? Okay, I am. You're confusing me. However, I'm not sure this is productive. Look, I get it. It's just a bunch of guys having a few beers and some good times, but why put this out there where feminists can exploit it for clickbait? You fucking coward. You say you understand this. You say that you understand men getting together and having some laughs and maybe being inappropriate or whatever fucking bullshit autocratic pompous shit you want to come up with to try to tell people how to act. And then you say, but don't put it on YouTube. So what is this? The part of our lives we're supposed to hide for the sake of who? Of who? Who are you, Mr. Hedgehog? And why should I hide anything for your sake? This is just bullshit. Again, I have a lot more to say. We're going to get back to this and to the root of it before I close out with this video. XXILD, this is normally a woman. I've seen some of her videos. She is pretty harsh on feminists, and I think actually does some pretty good work. And her comment is, this is embarrassing for you. My comment for you is that you're not in my head. You don't know what's embarrassing for me, and you need to keep your mouth shut. If you got something to say, in critique of it, fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'll do another video and take on your critique. But don't pretend you're in my head. I'm not embarrassed by this. I'm not proud of it either. It just is what it is. And it's not harmful to anybody. So don't pretend like you know. I mean, maybe you're embarrassed by it. Of course, you know, you're a hooker, and Amos, A-E-I-M-O-S. We're getting near the end, thankfully, of the comments. Says the worst thing Paul Elam did for the MRA was to ban away all the concerned trolls instead of listening to their criticism. The MRA is dying because of that. Not that I wanted the MRA to die, but if this is what the MRA is becoming, then euthanasia is the humane thing to do. And you're talking about it dying? No, people like you were dying, dude, and it's a good thing. Now let me address the very large peanut gallery of men and women who claim to be activists, claim to be advocacy-based MGTOWs, etc., based on the courage they display in comments telling others how they should be doing the work that they have neither the spine nor the intelligence to do. I offer the following points of fact that you are welcome to either listen to, discard as useless, or shove up your asses. As a side note here, as long as I'm and as long as I'm venting some feelings, I hate you miserable excuses for human beings far worse than I hate feminists. At least feminists have an ethos that they back. You don't. I say that because I hate cowards worse than ideologues do. Not one of you, MRA or SJW, has the authority to have an opinion that matters to me. I'm not trying to get laws passed. I'm not trying to make the idea of men's rights palatable. I could not care less about winning the hearts and minds of the people and other bullshit PC mentality. Men and women who are smart enough to know the difference between insulting a feminist shitbird and Earl Silverman hanging from the rafters of his garage because he was bullied and harassed by feminists. If you're not out there doing something, please keep your mouth shut.
If you can't live in a world where somebody says, you know what, I don't share your politics on these things, but I will work with you on X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
If you're too immature to do that, you're not an effective activist. What a stinking coward.
Man,
What a little lily-livered, intellectually dishonest, disgusting little man baby. Not because he's a bachelor, not because he cares about men's rights, because he's too much of a chicken shit coward to just have a man-to-man talk with somebody he disagrees with. They're all about the ideological purity tests.
I told Spinosaurus Skin this, if his videos were any good, maybe people would listen to him.
I would grant that he is a form of MRA because he advocates for men's rights on certain things, but yeah, he's stuck in 20 years ago.
Yeah.
No wonder people think, are all a bunch of crazy, abusive assholes. Gee, maybe it's because they let abusive, crazy assholes in their midst and treat them like heroes.